Almost 7 years ago now, my uncle Rory set out from his girlfriend Janice's house in Glasgow to ride a motorbike up to my father's house at Lochair. He never got there.
What do you want me to do?
Find out where he is.
What's that?
Just some old papers Uncle Rory's. Janice gave me them.
Somebody sends me one of these through the post every 3 or 4 weeks.
And you think it's him?
It's a signal.
You don't want to find Rory. It suits you better that he's not around anymore. He was a better writer than you and you can't stand it.
You've no money. You're about to be chucked off your course and done for shoplifting. You obviously haven't had a bath in recent memory. And you're generally acting like a total prat because some rich floozy gives you the bum steer.
Prentice, you've got to run home. It's your dad.
On balance, you'd have to say that my family's had more than its fair share of misfortune. Aunt Fiona killed in a car crash. My grandmother dead after a collision with a conservatory. Uncle Rory missing without trace. And now my father. I was waiting to interview the chief suspect, God. But for the moment he was refusing to comment.
Thank you both for coming. I appreciate it. I didn't encourage him, you know. We're both a wee bit worse for the wear. All I wanted to do was have a few pints, you know, like we used to.
I know.
Good chat was all I wanted. We were in the Argyll at Gallenach. Good view of the harbour. Ken seemed a bit down, confused. We'd had a few. Should have kept my mouth shut.
Why?
I told him Christ loved him, that he was like a blind man, and all he had to do was open his eyes, accept Christ, and everything would fall into place.
What did he say?
Asked when I had the brain bypass operation. Don't know why, I just kept on at him. Out into the street. We're both pished. I was telling him that only religion gives us a peg to hang our philosophy on, otherwise what's the meaning of life? He said,
How long is a piece of string? What colour is the wind?
Yes, he said that. Blasphemy. Inciting God. We're in Shore Street, beside the church.
You have led your son. My son free from the... You have led your son...
Kenneth, where are you?
Came down from Inverness. By the time the ball was over, it was 4:20 less, singing hold it.
Childish
Hold
man.
it now. The one that did the last time carried it. Oh, the minister's wife, she was there. She had his rolling fits. By swinging on a chandelier and bouncing on the sheet of all. What is a church, Hamish?
It's the
It's
wall
a
of the
massive,
church, yeah,
hollow idol. All the gods are false, Hamish. Faith itself is an idolatry.
Ah, but I have got faith. I'm close to God. I've one prentice to God. He's closer to me than you'll ever be.
Close to God. Let's put that to the test, then, shall we?
Hey. Kenneth! Kenneth, wait! Oh. Kenneth!
That's the old push.
Kenneth, what in heaven's name are you playing at? Kenneth, come down, you daft bugger!
Who's closer to God now, Hamish?
Oh, come down, you daft
Hey,
bugger!
Hamish! Who's closer to God now?
Come on. Where are you, God? Oh, come
Come
down!
on, show me yourself! Show us a sign, you coward! What have you done with my family? Come on, give me an answer! If you're there, tell me!
Oh, Kenneth, please, please, I didn't mean it! Come down, man!
See, you followed it this time. Followed it down. The one that did it last time carried it now. Oh, the minister's wife, she had us all in fits. Swinging on a chandelier and bouncing on it. She followed it this... See? You see, Hamish, old crackpot? She's not up here. There's nobody up here.
Jealous God, Prentice. Jealous God.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm okay. Just give me a minute.
Oh, Hamish, what are you doing?
Bloody jigsaws. Don't weigh them properly now.
Your mother asked me to help her look for the will.
Did you find it?
Yes, eventually. There's nothing controversial.
Good.
Anyway, I'll leave you to it, eh?
What's that?
Oh, just some old things of Rory's. I found in the bottom of a box. Mary saw my name on a page. Said I could borrow them, just to see what old Rory had to say about me, you know.
Could I have a look at them first? It's just... I'm interested.
Of course. It's mostly just scraps of things. Poor old Rory. After that first book, he never seemed to find a focus. Then Kenneth came past him in the fast lane. Perhaps that's why he went away.
Perhaps.
Oh, the will insists on your father being buried in the grounds of the house without religious ceremony.
Yeah, it would.
was an awkward bugger, your father. We didn't agree on much. But he was wonderful when Fiona died. Hope I can return the favour.
Thanks.
Mary, I'm off.
State of you. What have you been doing? You've brought some little friends with you. How nice. Is that young Kenneth McKern and Master Rory?
Hello, Mrs. Arville. Mother, this is Lachlan Watt. His father works in the factory.
Oh, how nice you're making friends at last, Fergus.
I was going to show them my fossil collection.
Fine. Make sure you take their clothes, Fergus, darling, and clean them up. We don't want them to mark the wallpaper now, do we?
That was rare. You can never get filled in that hoop. My father says that the working class have too many children and not enough responsibility. What? Shut up, Fergus.
Lachlan's eating all the cakes. I wanted the cake.
Aye, maybe I'll tell Neuron McCone what you did and you'll get the jail.
Kenneth, I don't want to go to jail. Nobody's going to jail. Nobody's going to say anything, okay?
What? What's he talking about?
Nothing. He's talking out his arse.
Okay, okay. Got a room out yourself? Yes, so? Very nice, darling. What's all this shite? Don't be so rude.
What is it?
It's my museum. Things I found. There's a gold coin. An arrowhead. What's your green thing? It's a fossilised pear. I found it on the beach. That's never a pear. Bit of old bone. It's a pear. Tell him, Kenneth. It's a pear, isn't it? I don't know. Bloody idiot. Picking up bits of bones and sticking them in a cabinet, darling. Right. Get out of my house. Go on. Ah, fuck off, darling. Fossilised pear. What a wanker. I hate you, Lachlan, you bastard! I am bastard. I can't see. I can't see. Keep still, lackey. Just keep still.
Rory's family stories were vivid, but they always just petered out. Why? Perhaps the discs held the answer, if only I could get into them. The Gallenach Glassworks manufactured Lachlan Watt a glass eye and 2 spares, making him the only boy in Lochgare with 4 eyes.
Lou? Is that you?
Mum. Someone to see you.
Who is it? Oh, really? Janice. Oh, it's good to see you. Where have you been all these years?
I wanted to come loads of times, but it was difficult. Mary, I'm so sorry about Ken.
Yes. Oh, this is stupid, but bastard went and killed himself.
So beautiful. I always loved it here.
Yeah. Dad's politics never extended to rejecting the concept of inheritance.
He was a good guy, Brent. There aren't many.
Yeah, well...
You don't mind me coming. I didn't mean for your mother to put me up.
Hey, Mum's just happy to see you, Auntie Janice.
I know. I just wanted to come to the funeral in case well, I thought that maybe...
You think Rory might turn up?
Well, there's always a chance.
You sure you can bear to leave Gavin?
I don't. He understands. Gavin's a nice guy.
He's a prop forward. He spends half his life sticking his great hulking head up between other folks' legs. Stop it. Do you want to go for a walk?
Aye, why not? Prentice.
Yeah?
It kind of makes me feel a wee bit uncomfortable to have someone that I've been to bed with call me Auntie Janice.
Oh, right.
I'm not really, related to you at all.
You're the best auntie I've ever had, Janice. Did Rory ever say anything else before he went away?
Only that he'd found out this secret and he had to speak to Kenneth. And he just went. Never came back.
And all those papers you gave me, that's all you had?
Well, I cleared most of his stuff out when I realised he really was gone. Your mother came and took his stuff away. It seemed easier. I kept the Crow Road stuff for sentiment. Used to get out now and then. Just to hold it, really. Look at all these squiggles.
Was there anything much in it? I only got through a wee bit before I lost it in the train.
It was all such a jumble. I never read it.
You never read it?
I was scared I'd find out what he'd written about me.
We'll never know now.
There was one thing. About 6 months before Fiona died, Rory had an argument with your father.
What about?
Don't know. It was strange. I'd never seen them fight before.
And this is our display of borosilicate paperweights. Utilising the same technology which produces these humble household novelties, we are producing passivation glasses for semiconductors.
All I said was I'd like to see the factory. The outside would have done.
Markets in the burgeoning Scottish computer industry, or Silicon Glen, as it's jocularly known. This way.
We put the bore in the borosilicate. We put the wire in the whammer-like-a-ding-dong.
Now, this is the specialist glass division. Here we're utilising glass ceramic technology with lithium aluminosilicate bases to provide thermal shock protection for missile nose cones.
Well, that's handy next time I need a missile.
Shut up, Ben. It's very interesting, Hamish.
Yes, good. Well, if you care to step through to our decorative division, I'm sure you'll appreciate this. I've been saving it for last. Through here. This is the window for the new Church of Our Holy Mother in South Uist. It's my own design. Christ arriving in Jerusalem.
It's very nice, eh? And did they have tartan in Jerusalem in those days?
Well, it's a new process I've devised myself. That's very difficult to achieve in stained glass.
It's very eye-catching, Hamish. I'm sure they'll appreciate it in Uist.
Yes, I hope so. The priest's coming to see it next week. I've kept the design secret to surprise him.
What are you doing?
It's not my fault. I didn't know he was going to give us a full 3-hour tour.
This conversation is over. Oh, I'm going to be a thick aristocratic head.
Jesus!
Fergus?
Oh. Sorry about that.
Is everything all right?
Yes, of course. Just a little misunderstanding. Bunch of flowers, no problem. Hamish been showing you around?
Yeah, sure, Fergus. Is there anything we can do?
Not at all, not at all. Lover's tiff. Let's get on.
I have never seen her like that.
Ah, maybe they've had a few wee problems, you know.
What kind of problems?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't want to go into it, Ken. It's nothing that touches you directly.
Of course it touches me. Fiona's my sister. If she has a problem, apart from the obvious one that Fergus is an upper-class capitalist shit...
Just leave it, okay?
Did he tell you something?
I think we should change the subject.
No, if Fergus told him something, I would like to know what it is.
Yeah, but if he wanted you to know, he would have told you, Ken.
Oh, that's right, yes. Yeah, just because I don't want to go pouncing around the hillsides with the Laird of Auchtermuchty blasting the living daylights out of anything that moves.
Right. That's it, you two. Enough. Tell us about your new book. Is it nearly finished yet?
No, I'm still working on it.
Well, that's a secret, too. You're not allowed to mention the book.
I'll show you it, Ken, when there's something to see.
Well, it's taken you long enough. What are you living on?
Royalties from the India book.
We live very simply.
It's kind of personal. I'll show you it, Ken, once I'm closer to finishing, I promise.
Oh, yes. Right, I bought the last lot of drinks, so that must mean...
You're right.
My right.
What was all that about?
There's nothing anyone would benefit by knowing. Honest, Mary.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Those overalls used to belong to your Uncle Rory when he was working on his bike.
Yeah, I know. Found him in the outhouse.
When I was driving up, I thought for a moment...
He'd come back.
How are you doing?
Too many rocks.
Hmm? Oh, I see. No. I meant you. In general.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Rotten time for you. Oh, I was just curious as to whether you'd read those papers of Rory's that mentioned me.
Oh. About Lachlan what?
Lachlan what?
Yeah. About how he lost his eye. It was just about 4 pages.
Ah, yes. That really was terribly unfortunate. Never forgiven myself, really. And that was all.
There was some poems. Not very good ones.
Right.
And then the computer discs. God knows what kind of machine Rory had, but it wasn't known to modern science.
Ah, well. I'll just call on your mother. I'll see you later, Prentice.
Yep. bastard.
Hi, Brent. You're not saying hello.
Sorry. Hi.
Very to me are,
Yeah, I heard. Obviously, I'm delighted for you.
Yeah, I thought you might be.
Really, Lou. You can't argue with a woman's discrimination.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's good to see you.
Hi. Congratulations. Whose guts he heaves at first disguised but couldn't hide. The secret at Gallanach, powering us to our next disgrace.
Much danger. There had been quite a lot of Croatian activity along the valley. I think the Serbs just took fright when they saw the car. There had been quite a lot of Croatian activity along the valley. I think the Serbs just took fright when they saw the car. But you can't...
Come on. I know you.
It's all right, I'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
Hiya.
Nice good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Come in.
Cheers.
Brent, look who it is.
Hi, Apprentice. Thought I'd bring this bottle we never get round to. Well, it's no format I've ever seen. They're non-industry standard. Ancient. Wouldn't even fit an old 5.5 drive.
So you can't find out what's on them?
Well, not unless you had access to a computer museum. And you knew whatever dodgy software he was running. Hey, easy on that. There's 2 of us trying to get stooshied here. Why does all this matter?
Something's up with my family. We keep dying and taking our secrets to the grave. Anyway, it diverts me from the supreme fuck-up that is my life.
Don't.
Christ. I wanted that girl. Heartless bitch. Nah. I should have fallen in love with you, Ash. Except you'd probably emigrate to New Zealand, fall in love with some bodybuilder. Why do we always love the wrong people?
Some things, you just can't explain them. They don't turn out the way you expect. There's more to come, Prentice. Believe me.
Don't think so.
Never mind. Let it go. I saw your light. You okay?
Sorry, Mum. I'm a bit pissed.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I know you're disappointed.
Why does she have to marry him? They hardly know each other.
It's what they want to do. There's going to be a baby. Is that in your forehead? Looks like mascara.
Eh?
Someone been crying over you?
I didn't notice.
Keep your eye on the ball, son. You don't want to make a mistake.
Night-night.
Night-night.
But you're really that, keen on Verity?
Probably just infatuation. Getting married. You've only been together for a month.
I know. But a lot can happen in a month. Given the circumstances, it just seemed simpler.
It's for real then. You love her.
Oh, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, just like yesterday, she says to me, Lewis, I don't think we understand each other anymore.
What did you say?
I said, what do you mean? Yes, I got you. Yes, I'm good. The steak, Van Hessling, the steak before it's too late. And bring the garlic.
Prentice! Lewis! Mr. Block's come to pay his respects.
My condolences, lads. At this difficult time. His attendance is a testimony to his standing in the small community of Lochgate. Many people knew him and loved him. His dear brother, Hamish, should be settled in the knowledge that he has gone to a good place. Religious man.
Thanks for coming with the digger droid.
His
the job in no time.
faith.
No trouble, Brent. Do anything for your dad.
Himself.
Aye.
Will last.
I'm down 12 feet. Is that enough?
Memories forever.
Plenty.
He will be sadly missed. But his work will live on. Hey, Lewis, would you like to read now?
From The Well-Travelled Country by Kenneth McHone. Long before we were here, before our trivial neurosis and crisis, before our silly religions, petty wars, criminal acts, and futile attempts to divine meaning in everything, before all these events of a staggering importance took place, 500 million years ago, a sea divided us from our neighbours in England. The rocks we stand on were ancient even then. They held the future shape of our land. The climate cooled and drove house-heavy dinosaurs away. Our country still drifting until it was as far north as Canada, and our rocks were covered with ice, moving, grinding out the valleys.
The two great continents pushed together, and they forced up the valleys and the mountains and the glens.
No other people then?
No people, just trees. The whole country was covered in trees. But even though there was nobody around to chop them down, they still came in incredibly useful.
How's that?
Well, what is it that makes this car go?
The engine? Petrol?
Petrol. Right. And where do we get the petrol from?
I don't know.
Oil. And where does the oil come from? Do you know, Lou?
Lou?
Well, for God's sake.
What's wrong?
I wanted to go in Uncle Fergus's car. He said I could.
Lewis, we're having a family day. Oh, it's nice to go together.
No, it's not. I hate family days. It's boring. Dad just rabbits on, and we are supposed to listen to it.
Just trying to make the journey more interesting.
Well, you're not.
Look, Prentice. You all right, Fee?
Fantastic, just fantastic.
Uncle Fergus, I wanted to come in your car. You said, didn't you? You said I could.
Did I? Not sure I'm into Dale, son.
Didn't you realise, Lewis, there isn't any room in an Aston Martin for children, so we just send ours away.
Give it a rest. I'm sorry, Lewis. Some other time, okay?
And Prent and I'll come back for the rest. That's the kind of job we like. We like getting the last bits, don't we? We always do. We're always the tail end. That's how we get it all.
Why is Lewis angry all the time, Dad?
He's pubescent.
What does that mean?
Well, it's a condition you get when you're young.
What happens?
Well, you don't believe in anything, except yourself. Everybody else seems just stupid, especially your dad.
Is there a cure?
Oh, yeah. Nothing lasts for too long. Eventually, it just becomes too much trouble to keep it up.
And you're better.
Well, you're not exactly better. You're different.
Well, how did these shells get here?
Fishermen left them here. In fact, you know, often the first sign of prehistoric man was shellfish like this. They used to find big middens, they called them, of shells, because the people would eat the fish, and then they would leave the shells. They would find the middens, and then after that they knew that prehistoric man had been there. But we're jumping the gun. Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Now, eventually, the glaciers melted thousands and thousands of years ago, and Scotland appeared. And then, eventually, the people came too.
Do they all travel?
Oh, yes, they came from all over. They came from Ireland, they came from England, they came from Germany.
It was my dad's best story, and it seemed to take all of my young years for him to tell it. He taught us that we were the most important people on Earth, and totally without significance. That there was fire at the core of everything, and that change was the only constant.
These Picts, Celts, Vikings and Scots cut down the trees and filled the country with their stories instead. Sometimes they were prepared to kill in order to tell these stories. And sometimes they would kill in order to prevent others from telling them. But none of them escaped. We all go into the moving earth beneath our feet. We leave nothing behind except our stories, in the hope that others will tell them.
Brent.
Verity? You all right?
Don't come in. I'm just a bit queasy. On the toilet.
Oh. Right.
On the clergy, son. Never fails.
Imagine that.
Hey! Thought you were going to help me clear out the cellar.
Okay. We only buried them 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know, but Mum wants it cleared out before we go.
All right, give me a minute. Hey! I think Verity's a bit under the weather.
All right. Well, probably best leave her to it, eh?
Probably. You're going?
I didn't want to disturb you.
Don't go yet. I'll chum you down tomorrow.
I've tried to persuade her, but... Janice... Oh, it's been wonderful seeing you. I know, you too. You come again now. I'll try. Thanks, Mary. Thanks for being... I can't stay, Brent. It was silly of me. I thought he might be there.
Rory would have came if he could.
I know. That's why I feel so sad. Take care. I'll see you in Glasgow.
Janice, your bag.
Oh, this is bloody impossible.
I thought you said you were a systems controller.
This isn't a system, it's a binary disaster area.
I've got every confidence in Yash.
Ouch, shit.
You're right.
No, bastard thing. OK, Brent, it's one more try, OK? I've got things to do. I'm training at Aberdeen first thing in the morning. Obviously, the Tupolev Mark III is a dark stain on the murky grey end of the late 70s computer market. It uses an 8-inch drive, which is ideal for playing your old Max Bygrave 78s. And I think we'd be safe in our assumption that it won't be running Windows 95. OK. Let's try that. And Prentice, see if this blows my laptop. You're dead.
OK, keep your hair on.
I'm sorry, Brent. It's the best I can do.
Well, it's worth a go. Hey! That's it. That's him.
Bernie, the bolt. What does CR stand for?
Crow Road. It's a family story, only he never finished it. How do I?
Page down, I'll do it.
Hang on.
Last year, Hamish's birthday party, you were still in India.
Yeah?
I admit it. I admit I'd had a few too many. But nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that.
He'll be fine. Sure. Look, I'm sorry he made a scene, Mary. It was unforgivable speaking to Ken like that.
Oh, Kenneth provoked him. There are a couple of bairns. It'll all be forgotten in the morning. Just get him home.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Stupid bastard.
Bloody McCone. Bastard, coon-loving, fucking lefty, nigger-loving perf!
That was my brother you were insulting in there.
Trying to tell me how to run my business. I will sack anybody I bloody well like.
Just get in the car.
Oh, shit! Right. Shit. Bugger off! Bugger off!
Mrs. Irvine, I'll give you a hand with that.
Oh,
Lachlan Ward. I work for Mr. Irvine up at the glassworks.
right. Well, if you could just give me a hand to get him into the car.
Sure, no bother. Okay, come on then, let's have you. Come on, you fat! In you go. In the car, come on. That's it, that's you in.
All right.
Okay, and your legs. God, these are a skinful, eh?
Yes. So have I. Very kind of you, Lachlan.
Ah, no problem, Mrs. Hugh. No, if I get a chance to drive one of these beasts.
It's Fiona.
Okay. Fiona?
Oh, I think I'll just go and tell Mrs. McFadden she can go to bed. It's not fair keeping her up this late babysitting.
Okay, I'll get him in.
Thank you.
Hey, Fergus, you're home. Hey, Ferg! Wake up. Wake up, you upper-class bastard, you. Come on.
No luck with the Sleeping Beauty?
No, he's sound.
Over here will do.
Well, no upstairs.
The bedroom is 3 flights up. I think you've done quite enough, haven't you? Just dump him here.
All right. There you are. Come on. There it is. Right.
Good enough. Now let me run you back into town.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'll just walk.
You're so kind, you know that. But let me at least break open the malt.
I really should be getting back.
Oh, come on, it's good stuff.
Well, I know. You know, I came here once when we were kids. It's changed a bit since then.
Well, he spent years renovating it. Family obligations, don't you know? And he's never out of auctions. I hate it. Come on.
Fee, open the bloody gate. Fiona! Bitch.
Maybe you shouldn't have bothered with the dope.
It's powerful stuff. You won't tell anyone.
Ferg, I promise. What did you do about it?
Nothing. Now you've got to tell me one.
Hey?
A secret. Fair dues.
All right.
And it's got to be bad.
Okay. You remember your dad's barn? The one that burned down when we were kids?
Uh-huh.
I did it. I set it on fire.
And that's it. That's your worst secret.
Well, not anymore.
What's all this about, then?
You have all you need. Just need to put it together.
Are you sending these?
It's all there, Brent. You know who's sending them?
That's a kestrel. Good shot, Rupert. We'll make a gun of you yet.
Thanks. It's good lucky, I guess.
My father brought me up to question things, to demand answers, to be a skeptic. I think he tried to make me in his own image so that he could leave his cranky genetic imprint in the world. But it ended up backfiring on him. Eventually, of course, parents stop giving you plausible answers just when you need them the most. Then, I suppose, there's nothing else for it. You have to grow up.